yesterday I ran into that problem. Somebody called me like, yo, we need a fourth for COD. Get on. I'm like, nah, man, I'm on this run right now. And I can't. He's like, what the fuck you mean run, bitch? You're jogging? No, I'm playing Returnal. And I'm explaining to him what Returnal is. He's like, that's a stupid ass game. You have one life to do everything? That's fucking stupid.
How surprising that a Call of Duty guy didn't understand different kinds of games. It's so fucking weird.
Nah,
man.
some of these guys only play like 1 or 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Call of Duty or 2K. Like that's it. But there is another game. Shout out to Battlefield and what they're doing. But there is one more game that us 3 guys here, not Mateo, but us 3 PS5 owners have been playing.
Rogue Legacy 2. It's coming out soon.
What a way to shit on it. Returnal, boys. Fucking Returnal.
I need to watch y'all play.
Yeah, I was streaming it the other day. Returnal is an amazing game. I'm gonna let Pucho take control of this. Go ahead, Pucho. Go ahead. Talk.
Yeah, man. I've been playing Returnal. It's awesome. I've been playing roguelike games for a long time. Like a lot. Like the last 11 years probably.
Explain to the viewers.
Explain them. You put me onto my first one.
Yeah, explain to them what the Rogue is.
Yeah, so it's this really stupid idea that like you basically start the game and you start with like nothing. You play, you pick up weapons, items, all this stuff. Your character gets better, and you might die. If you die, you lose everything. You go back to the beginning and you restart the game. And so on paper, it sounds terrible because you're like, well, who the fuck has time to restart a game every single time you lose? But it's almost like the old school arcade games in that like they're difficult and they have like challenges that keep coming up as you progress. And the games tend to be short, which is I think one of the downsides to Returnal is that the game's like a little too long in my opinion. So usually in like 45 minutes, especially like if you're really good, maybe 20 minutes in like a Binding of Isaac or something, you could like beat the game. And the whole point of the game is like there's all these things that make you keep replaying it because there's all these unlockables, all these items. Usually these games have a lot of endings. Like Isaac has like 25 different endings to unlock before you get like the true ending. So you got to beat the game that many times. And they're typically challenging. You'll end up playing like the game, you'll probably die. You have to restart the run like 30, 40 times, before you ever get like your first win in a lot of these games if you don't have like a lot of experience with them. And this could be very frustrating for new players. But for me, I don't know. I like challenging games, right? Like I play all the Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne type of shit. And then of course I've played a lot of these rogue games like the Binding of Isaac or Rogue Legacy and things like that. So this game is right up my alley. This is probably going to be, it's probably the biggest rogue type of game at this point, just because like it has the backing of Sony. It's like
it's a AAA game.
It's AAA. It's one of the few actual console exclusives of this generation so far. Like this and Ratchet, I think, are the only like PS5 only games. Is Ratchet PS5 only? Does it come out on the PS4?
No, it's only PS5. Oh,
right. So things like that, I think are gonna kind of popularize the game because it's like what's available for that console. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm a lot of people love it and stuff like that. A lot of people fucking hate it.
Yeah,
because they didn't know what the fuck they were getting themselves into.
Yeah, I saw some Twitter posts about that game where someone was real pissed because like the game kept crashing on them while they were mid-run. So they put an hour and 50 minutes in. They're like, this bullshit. I think they tagged Sony in this tweet.
You talking about me?
You talking about? Oh yeah, I was about to say he has to be talking about Pucho.
I was so fucking pissed, dude.
It was your first run, or it was your second?
My second run. I beat the first boss, beat the second boss, got to the end, pretty much right at the third boss fight, and then walked into a room and the game just crashed. And I was so fucking pissed.
He tagged Sony and he tagged the developer in his tweet.
Like, somebody has to answer for this shit, okay? This is like...
He was asking to speak to a manager is what he was doing.
Fucking Karen. That's what you was doing. Poor game. But that was his first crash. He had another crash, right? Or no, it wasn't a crash. It was your PlayStation shut off.
Yeah. I beat the fourth boss.
Spoilers.
I beat the fourth boss, and I got like somewhere deep into like the 5th level, and then I was like, I gotta work tomorrow. It's like 1 a.m. I put my PlayStation in rest mode, which is a nice, nifty little feature. You put it in rest mode, you come back tomorrow, you turn your PlayStation on, and your game is right where you left off. Except this time when I turned it on, it was like, oh, Sony has released a system software update, and your PlayStation restarted in the middle of the night. And then I'm like, no. I went and started Returnal, and my run was gone, so I had to start over. Which is why I say it's one of the bigger downsides to this game. These runs are fucking long.
Yeah.
Like you could have a really good run, and if you're meticulous about everything, it'll take you like 2 hours to fight all 3 bosses in your run. And that's way too fucking long for these road games. Like most people don't have 2 hours to dedicate to a single sitting. And the reason why you need a single sitting is because, you put your shit in rest mode, it might turn off. Or maybe somebody else wants to play a game and you got to tell them, nah, you can't play a game because if you switch the game, I lose all my progress. And things like that. That other rogue-like games don't have this problem. Like Binding of Isaac auto saves every single time you enter a room, which allows you to save scum, like some people on this podcast have done to complete the game.
Fucking save scummers.
Yeah, Doi save scum the end, which is worth it. That guy, you take one hit, you lose the run. It's bullshit. You got to play perfect. That was the hardest.
That loss shit was terrible.
Oh, the loss. I said the end. Yeah, that shit was terrible. And fucking a lot of these games have autosave features, so it's kind of shitty that this game that is such. It's got to be the best game I've played in terms of a rogue game. And the 4th boss, oh my God. It's the best boss fight that I've ever had in any game ever. It's just so fucking perfect. So given all these compliments, it's like, how can you not have an autosave? Like, are you that concerned that some people are going to save scum? Like, why do you care how people are going to play their $70 fucking game? Like, let them fucking play their game.
At least make it like in the settings where it enables it, where you can do auto saves every room and you can switch it off.
I'm gonna enable that shit.
But no, there's some people that are like purists. They want to beat the game and they want the difficulties of it. And like me, I'm having the trouble in the 6 world. So we won't spoil it for everybody. But it's just, it's difficult. And yesterday I ran into that problem. Somebody called me like, yo, we need a 4th for COD. Get on. I'm like, nah, man, I'm on this run right now and I can't. He's like, what the fuck you mean run, bitch? You're jogging? No, I'm playing Returnal. And I'm explaining to him what Returnal is. He's like, that's a stupid ass game. You have one life to do everything. That's fucking stupid.
How surprising that a Call of Duty guy didn't understand different kinds of games. It's so fucking weird.
Nah, some of these guys only play like 1 or 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Call of Duty or 2K. Like that's it. Like
when I first started hanging out with Tony, that's the type of person he was.
Nah, I only play games that I liked. I don't play those RPG games. Like I never really liked those shits. I played Splinter Cell. I've played all types of games.
Damn, his favorite drink was Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of person he is.
Everything was extreme.
Like one way they could do this, right? Enter the Gungeon, all right. A game for all its faults. It has a save feature that is kind of an in-between. It's not quite an autosave. And if you don't do it in the right timing, you could lose your run anyways, which is shitty. But basically, it allows you to go to a room and you like lock yourself in this chamber and it creates a save file. And when you reload that save file, you start there and the game then immediately deletes your save file. So there's really no way to like save scum. But God forbid you lost power mid-run and you didn't go and save, then you lost your run. So you're kind of still at those whims, but it allows you to at any moment be like, oh, I gotta go. I have a way to store my progress, which is I think a good middle ground if they're very concerned that people are going to try to save scum. I don't know. It's for me. It's kind of a shame because it's a very good game, very good, and some of the decisions that they made have made the game less accessible. It's already a genre that's not accessible to many people, and the fact that there's no type of way to step away for any reason is like it just makes the game like not enjoyable for your average gamer, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of we're talking about Returnal, right? The Rogue Legacy game or Rogue games, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, baby and stuff. But yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. Like I can't just leave the game. Like it literally, like my runs are average 2 hours runs, and that's me just doing the Pucho thing where I'm going through everything, fighting unnecessary people because I can get one good gun, 2 consumables that are really good, and my health bar extended enough, and I feel like I can go fight a boss. But Pucho's like, nah, you got to do this, you got to do that, which helps. It does benefit. You get a lot of, I mean, that's how I beat the third boss. So it's like
Exactly.
you get a lot of benefits from it. But you know, in this new world or the next levels, it's different. So I might not have to do that. I might could just go through and just have a one good gun and a health and try to beat all the little bosses and stuff that are in the game. But yeah, the game's amazing. I wish they had a setting. I think mine and Doughboy's biggest stink about it is the adrenaline being red because it looks like you're getting hit, but it's your adrenaline that's going on to the next level. I wish I could change that to like a different color, like a blue or something that doesn't look like it's red because it makes me think I got hit and I didn't get hit. You know what I mean? So it's just I hope Returnal.
I find that interesting because I remember when I first started the game, you guys were like, "Oh, I'm very curious what Pooch's gonna say about the adrenaline thing," and it hasn't bothered me at all. Honestly, I was playing it this morning, and it was like the first time that the character glowed red, and I had a second thought, like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Oh, never mind." Like, and it was the first time it happened, and I've already played like quite a bit of this game. So I find that interesting. I remember you having that concern. It hasn't bugged me. They have a couple bugs in the game that are shitty. Like for one, the crash situation, whack. They allow you to remap all your controls, which I think is fire because I have grown up. I'm a fucking Nintendo kid all the way through now, playing games nonstop. So like when Call of Duty 4 came out, as an example, you in that game to shoot, you shot with R1. And then in later games, they've kind of transitioned to shooting with R2. And like games have changed over time in that way. And like for a long time, I was still shooting with R1. Like I've always kind of played games like in an unconventional way. So a lot of times I pick up games, the first thing I do is I remap all the controls to some bullshit that I want. And in Returnal, I remapped the controls. One of the controls I remapped was like the action button to open a chest, and then I couldn't open any chests anymore. Like even though I mapped it to a different button, that button wouldn't work. I had to go back to the original button, and that's the only one that worked.
What
and it's
the
like,
fuck?
yeah, so there's just some bug there that you remap the control, you can't open chests anymore, and things like that that I think are like, yeah, it's easy to fix. So I had to like kind of take the L with how I wanted to play the game.
I think you should go back and try that again. Because what if it was an artifact that didn't let you open up chest? Oh no, but you changed it. You said you opened it up, right?
Yeah, I literally swapped it back and I opened it. And anyways, I've already put too much time that if I change it now, it'll fuck me up. But these controls are the controls already in my brain.
Yeah. I did find exploits in that game as well. Like fighting certain animals, certain characters in the game. If you're by a door, let them come to the door. Bang them out real quick, shut the door. Bang them out again and shut the door. And it's like a little weird way. Even like just the other day, I found a glitch in the system or in the matrix, should I say. And Pucho was a witness. And he said if he didn't witness it himself, he would have never believed me. I got a boss trapped between a gate.
Not a boss.
Or a mini enemy.
Mid-boss.
Yeah. I got him trapped between a gate and a pillar. So I just kept blasting him. Wasn't moving, right? I just kept blasting him. I went over there. This man dropped 5 health. Like the fucking health orbs, you want to say first. Big conversation. 5 of them. back to back. Da, da, da. Pucho's like, oh, okay, you got one. Oh, you got another one. Oh, and another one. Oh, and another one. It was crazy. Like I literally extended my bar just off of one fucking boss. And I don't know if it was due to the glitch or that's just boss maybe just dropped random 5 orbs and 2 consumables on top of that. It was fucking wild.
RNG.
Right. RNGesus, as I like to call him, he came through for you.
I thought Tony was going to call it a hack.
Well,
like he did with his Ratchet and Clank video that he put up.
Oh, did you watch that?
I did watch that.
Did you see? Didn't he say, as you can see? He said that at like
One
10
time,
times.
one time for
He
the
said
people.
it like 10 as you can see.
And by the way, that glitch, that shit, that farming is more like it. That shit was
It is
amazing.
definitely farming. It's not a hack.
Yeah, it's not a hack, but they're going to change it to where that shit doesn't drop orbs eventually. If they see the video, they probably will see it. They're going to fix that because I am at 35 to 36,000 fucking like bolts, and I have no stress for weapons. As soon as I'm able to buy the weapon, I buy it. It's like no problems, and I kind of like it because the first world I bought a gun. The second world I got to it, I was kind of like, fuck, I gotta go hunt niggas real quick and kill these characters and shit, and then come back and buy it. Like nah, I pull up, pop out, buy, chop out. That's it. That's all I do on the game. But go shout out to Ratchet and Clank. That game is amazing. It looks amazing. 60 frames per second. Fucking, it's amazing.
Do I need to play any of the old ones to enjoy this game?
No.
Because I never played any of the Ratchet and Clank games.
I mean,
Same with
it's
Jack
gonna-
and Daxter. I never played Jack and Daxter either.
A little spoiler, in the beginning of the game, it goes through like all the previous events in all the other games, like a little tribute type thing. But it's really quick. But
I thought it was just all the events of the remake that just came out.
no, it's like from the beginning where they met, him and Clank met, and then it just goes on.
Right. I think all that happened in the remake. Anyways, the remake came out on PS4. Awesome game. You could pick it up. It's
I didn't play
on
the remake.
sale.
Yeah, I didn't play the remake.
It's just the remake of the first Ratchet and Clank game. And then this is like a new game. It's like an alternate kind of reality type of thing.
And Clank is the little bird that sits in the bear's backpack.
Yeah, exactly. He lets you kind of hover. Helps you with your gadgets and new abilities and things
Banjo
like that.
Kazooie? Or what the fuck? Yeah, right? That game was amazing.
Dude.
I like that
I
game.
hated that shit. I don't know. I hated Banjo Kazooie.
Dude, some people fucking love that
I
game,
like
man.
that game.
Yeah.
I never got to play that game.
One more, because Tony didn't tell his story correctly, right? One more thing about the glitch that he got the boss in between a pillar and a portal. He said, I got the boss in the glitch. In the glitch. And I was like, in the glitch? Like if this is like a well-known thing, like I got him in the glitch. But again, I don't think it was well known what he was going for. He's using his language like an alien. Like he knows that a glitch, like, yeah, it's like something that's happening that shouldn't be happening. But he's like, oh yeah, I got the guy in the glitch. He's in the glitch right now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like nobody talks like this. It's so weird. So that's what we were cracking up about last night. So I got a good laugh out of that one.
He said, I got him in the glitch.
Yep.
I
Just like that too.
I had him in the glitch.
And it did look weird. Once the boss died, he dropped what seemed like one health pickup, and Tony would pick it up, and it would still be there. So he picked the health pickup 5 times, and he got him. That's why it looked like this seemed like not right. But it's possible all 5 got dropped in the same spot as a glitch. I don't know. But anyways, man, Returnal, it's good on a lot of fucking levels. It's challenging. Visually, so far, and Ratchet and Clank might be better. I got it. I haven't really gotten to play it, but so far, it's the most visually impressive game on the PS5, in my opinion. Is Returnal. The controller is fucking nuts. I know as stupid as that may sound to a lot of people, it's one of those things that once you get it in your hands, it just feels really cool. They have like the PS5 remote and the Switch remote had it a while ago too. like just a lot of like a very impressive motors inside the remote so that they could vibrate and just a lot of interesting ways. Like I remember specifically on the Switch, if you're playing like Stardew Valley and you're riding your horse, somehow that remote feels exactly like you think it would feel to ride a horse. Like that, the vibration rhythm feels like, oh yeah, this is what the vibration would be on a horse. They have like a mini game where you're like like pouring a cup and there's like ice cubes in there, and it feels like it would feel like if you were, you know, doing this with a glass that had ice cubes in it. So like that's like the how granular these vibrations could get. And so far PS5 only had one other game that was really a tech demo that they kind of like showed off of like those features. And now Returnal's another game that they've done like a lot of work with the audio, because the shit got like 3D audio. So they did work with the audio. They did a lot of impressive visual stuff. And then the controller, all this stuff just makes the game feel very nice to play. Like as you're shooting, it feels like you're shooting a gun. It's far beyond the features of like old remotes. Like it's not just like shaking in a random way. Like it feels like there's unique vibrations for everything, and it feels cool. I don't know. And especially for people that can't see and things like that, like having those types of features on a remote might help them, you know, just know what's around them. Like, oh, I vibrate this way for this thing and this other way for this other thing. And you get sound cues, you got feel cues, and you know, it's kind of cool.
There's definitely some immersion you lose by being a PC gamer specifically. It's because you don't get some of those cool features. And they like, I know that they have like some rumble that they'll toss into PC games on occasion, but it's nowhere near like what you get like playing a console game like first, you know, from the console itself.
Yeah, the haptic feedback in this game is incredible. Like you'll stand in there's this like this transporting orb, transports you to different places. If you stand inside of it, it has like these little things spinning around you. And somehow they recreate that in the controller, and it feels really, really satisfying. It feels like sand is brushing inside your controller.
That's cool. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that are, it's very hard to describe, but when you visually see it and then feel it together, whatever that thing that's happening, it makes sense. I don't know. I'm fucking impressed. I don't know how anybody is able to reproduce vibrations in that manner, or if Sony, I haven't seen any of like the dev kits, but maybe they just fucking killed it with like like maybe you could just give it a sound and it could produce a vibration that feels like that sound or something. Like I don't know what the dev kit is like. So like I don't know how, like if it's on the developer that has to get super creative, or Sony built the tools to make it easier on the developer. But I'm just impressed with the remote. Like, and the particles in the game, everything. There's so much shit flying all over the place. Everything has 1,000 little things circling around it, and it just looks beautiful. There's so many colors. Everything is like a vibrant green or red or blue, or like it's everything's just so, it pops so hard.
That the
so-
boss patterns that he's throwing at you, the organ boss, the ones that's playing the music, that pattern that he throws at you just visually looks like intense. I'm like, yo, this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen on screen before.
Yeah.